spirit of a great horned owl, extractors of secrets, lesson timing, element water, wind west, the quest within, medicine, chloral DNC. Keywords inside the shadow self, feminine power. Yeah, I have feminine power. Timing, extract of secrets, clairaudiency, sensuality. Ooh, no. Protection of the unseen, able to hear what is not spoken. Yeah, correct. Harbinger of new cycles, extractor of secrets. That's right, that's me. Great horned owl, totem sister to red-tailed hawk. The large eyes of the owl appear to miss nothing as they glimmer into the night. And indeed their vision is amongst the keenest in the animal kingdom. The rods and cones of their eyes designed in such a way as to allow in the smallest amount of light in order to penetrate through the veil of the darkening sea in search of prey. This uncanny vision has earned the owl the reputation of being able to pierce beyond the veil that separates the physical world from the spirit world. A reputation that as an animal tuition is well deserved. Yet, in filtering out the light from the darkening sea, I'll remind us that both exist simultaneously. And that is up to us to recognize both. Yeah, to sense it, to feel it, and to accept it. Historical origin of man. Let's see. During the first two golden ages, mankind enjoyed a semi-tropical, even climate. During the two first golden ages. However, before that, it was not even tropical. It was something else. There is no much hot sun like we have today. There is no tropicality. There were no storms and adverse weather conditions to combat. Yeah, because they were not yet manifested here. I mean, the negative controllers were not here to cause trouble. So there were no such geographical problem. Also, there was perfect harmony in rhythm and the change of the seasons. Yeah, of course, I knew it. The four seasons served to give variation in color and design, as well as variations in types of harvest. Lush foliage covered the ground. There were no weeds, bugs, insects. I knew it. I said it first. Vermin or diseases. I knew it. Nobody told me, and I already knew it. Also, no volcanoes, of course. No, no poison animal, no ferocious animal. This all came with the Dracos, right? Also, no volcanoes were present. All volcanic action is due to the antipathy. No, it's your antipathy. Your lies and your antipathy has nothing to do with humans alone. It's something else, and also high technology messing with the ionosphere and stratosphere. Don't lie to me. Nobody can lie to me for a long period of time. All volcanic nonsense. It's you who make them. You who made this story here. To the antipathy between elementals and mankind, who they had come in such love to serve. What? So the elementals, now you are blaming the elementals too to cause all this volcanic eruption, earthquake, floods, devastating flash floods, hurricane, and all those nonsenses. You are blaming the elementals now and human beings who they had come in such love to serve. Animals as we know them today were not yet in existence. There were animals, in fact animals were one of the first in here, first than humans. Get your fact right. Okay, get your facts right. Animals were here first, only that. As I said before, they were not savage and they were not poisonous, not venomous. They only began to appear after humanity had generated the discord that followed the first golden ages. Oh, great, great, great. The dude don't know nothing. The dude just speak nonsense, you know. What's his name? I cannot stand these people, no. German. You don't know, dude. I know better than you. So, let me make it clear and I'll make it right. And I'm gonna fix the error. Animals were first than humans. The geographical problem we are having today hasn't anything to do with the elementals, although if they need, they also play a part. Okay? But when needed, but overall they don't have the power to do it on their own. They are not allowed to mess with the earth here. Elementals like us are just servant here. I'm gonna tell you this. Elementals are in the same predicament as humans are. Only the difference is that the elementals are in the fourth dimension parallel world, whereas we as humans are in the 3D. Okay? But they are right here it is, only that they are on the shadow. We are on the most denser kind of creation. But it isn't them who are causing all the flash floods, the devastating destruction doing by earthquakes, volcanoes, hurricanes, and flash floods. It's not them. It's something else. Okay? It's also high technology, mess with the magma of the earth, mess with the ionosphere, mess with the stratosphere. This dude here, this Kohen here is lying. Animals as we know them today were not yet Goring. Animals as we know them today were not yet in existence. That's rubbish. They only began to appear after humanity had generated discord that for the first two golden ages. Bodies, however, fall on the separate category. They were created by ascended beings as messengers to mankind. Yeah, by the Dracos. They were part of the Dracos. In fact, birds, the dinosaurs as we know them, they are they evolved from the birds, the avians. They come from the avian planets. Okay, from avian, from a planet that is called avian, something like that. Bats, however, have fall on the separate category. They were created by ascended beings. Why? But you don't say who these ascended beings are. As messengers to mankind, some did later take on some human qualities, which amounts for their destructive activities. What a nonsense! How come bats take on human qualities? That's rubbish. The men don't know even how to make a lie, at least for me, convincing enough. No such thing. He's talking about the crows, the prey predators, birds, the carnivore birds, birds of prey like eagle, falcon, etc., etc. Those came here after the coming of the Dracos. Okay, they came with the Dracos. So they were created by sentient beings. You are lying. We just one for their destructors, rubbish. In the first two golden ages, the landed surfaces were connected all around the earth. There were oceans as well. No ice caps were present. The later, again, prepare your seats. Prepare your seat for the the fairy tale here, the fairy tale, the tale to believe. The later were caused by mankind's codenacy and bitterness. That's your codenacy and bitterness, yours. And all those who think like you, nothing, nobody else. And they will disappear when mankind radiates more love. That's nonsense. The name of one of the continents in existing sea at that time was Lemuria, also called Mu, okay, which is in the Pacific and the area of Asia. The surface of the earth was white. I see. Like alabaster or white quartz, radiating iridescent colors of the rainbow. There were rivers, waterfalls, lakes, oceans, trees, and other vegetation and mountains. Mighty developed beings called gods of the mountains have sustained these mountains against the gravity pull of the earth through love, which they were the Anunnaks, the giant Anunnaks, from the beginning of time. The mountains came with the Anunnaks Dracos. They have held them like great spires pointing heavenward, directing mankind's attention towards God. Really, which God? There's so many gods, so which one? I want to know. The first four root races. The first sub-race of the first root race came to North America. Yeah, at least, but they were not these people that you see nowadays. People come about 1800 years ago together with Genghis Khan. It embodied the force and the vicinity of the Titans. No information was given as to where the second root race was located. I see. Notations. No information was given as to where the second root race was located. The third root race and forerunners of the fourth root race came in the vicinity of the Fiji Islands. Men, part of the gigantic continent of Lemuria. The entire third root race flourished on Lemuria, while the remainder of the fourth root race embodied in Eastern Asia and Upper Atlantis, which is part Europe, part and whole of Americas, whole Americas, part Europe from the whole of Great Britain up to Greece, and the whole of America, especially there, the North Pole, okay, the Canada above, while in below, all the way below to Patagonia and Argentina were Atlantis before. I knew it. I had a remembrance of it when I was a teenager, yet in the 80s. While the remainder of the fourth root race embodied in Eastern Asia and Upper Atlantis. So Atlantis was not Africa as they say, but the mistake was made because Africa Both African Atlantis did trade. That I've learned in the 90s. Lemuria was a large land mass covering parts of the Pacific Ocean. Its eastern coast reached to the area around San Diego. Lemuria, now Lemuria, South Pacific, right? So how come now it comes to America? It doesn't make any sense unless they are talking about the coast there near Hawaii and down all the way down to Chile, okay, which makes part of the Pacific Ocean. Am I right? So Lemuria was a large land mass covering parts of the Pacific Ocean. Its eastern coast reached to the area around San Diego, California, Australia, New Zealand, Hawaii, Hawaii, and the Fiji Islands were part of Lemuria. The masters explained that there has never been a land so fair outside the kingdom of heaven, where men walked in such grace and beauty as in China during its golden age. It was impossible to distinguish the ascended beings from the evolving ones on earth. I think that they have all gone by now, and then all the new ones reincarnated come straight from the umbral there from purgatory. During the golden days of China, Kuan Yin, the goddess of mercy, together with the 12 ladies of her spiritual court, walked and talked with the people of her country. She was an unascended, meaning no ascended master at the time, and gave audiences in the largest cities of China, as well as in her retreat in Beijing. In those days, beauty and harmony were the keynote of China, and an entire embodiment was spent in the carving of one miniature, the painting of a single flower, or the weaving of one lovely robe of state. Messages were sent from all over the world to invite the scholars, the priests, and the teachers of China to bring their culture to the youth of all lands. Everyone in that empire was consciously aware of the I Am presence as the man of today is aware of his hands and feet. But now, oh my gosh, Kuan Yin ministered for over 1,000 years to the people of Eastern Asia before accepting the freedom of her ascension. The fall of man, the laggards. It was during the income of the fourth root race that the Cosmic Council convened this decision changed drastically the course for all evolution of the earthly mankind's guardian spirits, angels, and elementals. Now, let's see what's the fourth race again, okay? The fourth root race. Let's see. So, did they say that the fourth root race? The first four root race, okay. Fourth, oh, Lemuria, while the remainder of the fourth root race came to Eastern Asia and Upper Atlantis. Eastern Asia and Upper Atlantis. That's the fourth, where the fourth root race came. Okay. So now we are in the fall of man, how it supposedly started. It was during the income of the fourth root race that the Cosmic Council conveyed whose decision changed drastically the course for all evolutions of Earth's mankind guardian spirits, angels, and elementals. This council, attended by the spiritual hierarchy of the earth, was called to decide what to do with billions of life streams who lived in another galaxy. So they were concerned about the troublemakers of another galaxy. Now, Earth was a bliss. Okay, we were um, basically and practically very blissful people and peaceful until these beings from another galaxy incarnated here as a human beings. Okay, these life streams were of insufficient spiritual development to earn continued habitation upon their own planet for evolution. So why you send them here, send trash here? Why send trash here? As part of the divine plan, the planet wants to undergo one step of the inbreath, bring it one step closer to the sun. They were having renovation in other quadrant of other galaxies and bring these beings, creatures here. According to cosmic law, closer proximity to the sun requires an acceleration of the vibration of a planet and its inhabitants. The individuals refused to go along with the divine plan. Now they are talking about aliens, okay? They were complacent in their thoughts and feelings and lagged behind in their natural process of evolution. Hence, they were not qualified to move forward with their planet. Those individuals were referred to by the masters as laggards. One plan was to have them pass through what we call second death, which forces the life stream to start all over again, back to the event called journey to the seven spheres. My gosh, this is terrible. It's really terrible, these seven spheres here. It's from planet, from the below up to the astral, and then seven spheres of planet, you're going to go through all these steps, just like a game. And each planet and each sphere is a lesson between parentheses that we have to go through after that. As if it weren't not enough what we pass here. And then there's those Maralek who goes, oh, but I have a NDE, near-death experience, and I didn't go through all this. But of course, Mr. or Madam or Misa, you haven't died yet. That one was just a near-death experience, and we call it the first stage only. That means that you haven't crossed the threshold yet. Okay, you are not on the second and third stage. You are yet on the first stage of death. First stage is nothing, it's chicken feed. Okay, I want to see you on the third stage. When you no more can you return here. In the second stage, I just give you a second stage for you to freak out. So it was then that the hierarchy of the earth, as an act of mercy, offered the earth as a planetary home to help the laggards complete their evolution. Conditions on this planet were still perfect and harmonious, yet compared to the other planets, its vibratory rate was slightly slower. It was hoped that the laggards would be guided by the purity and perfection of the thoughts and feelings of the people of earth. Okay, so in Brazil they call it Capella, planet Capella. You are all immigrants from Capella. I am not from Capella. I disagree. I don't see myself from Capella. I'm not from Capella. My ancestral walked here for billions of years ago. And by holding to this example, they would gradually transmute their karma. The high priests and guardian spirits were informed of the coming of the laggards. The remainder of mankind was unaware of the event. Yeah, like always, we don't know nothing. They just do it. They come from outside. They are invaders. They are aliens. They come here and they think that they can do as they please. Not because they are not seeing you. For 100 years, the high priests attempted by decreeing to establish a shield around the earth's life streams to prevent their contamination by the laggards. But there were infiltration because there were, how to say, there was a lack on the system. There was a kind of, let it down. They let go their God, the gods and the others dominators. Bring them in on purpose. What did the laggards look like after they came to earth? Tied now to the same laws which apply to the remainder of mankind on earth, they were provided with similar bodies. Okay, but how they looked like before, I already know, but I'm not gonna tell yet. I already know who they are. And therefore were not distinguishable from the rest. Yeah, okay. That one was the the now human body, the reincarnation of a human body. But people want to know how they look like before. I know who they are already. The chief faults of the laggards were arrogancy, rebellion, resistance to progress, stubbornness, and resentment towards change. I understand. Naturally, they brought these qualities with them. The impure thought forms of the laggards spread into the earth's atmosphere like smog. It was the beginning of the mist the Bible talks about, and a mist arose and covered the whole ground. In time, the people of earth have succumbed to subtle temptations of curiosity. They tuned in to impure thought forms of the laggards and started to play to them. This experimentation with the misuse of free will caused what is known as the fall of man. Mankind started to listen to the wrong crowd. Independent of God's direction, mankind deliberately chose to experiment with impurity. This way, man's attention no longer rested exclusively on his inner presence, the direct of his life activity. Man became sense conscious instead of God conscious, and so, according to cosmic law, manifested that upon which his attention was directed and at which he thought about most. He deliberately and consciously turned his back upon the perfection and dominion with which the Father endowed him from the beginning. Father. So now is an old man, a dictator with a beard, a father. And yet they say, oh, God has no gender, but now God is a father. Father is what? How a father is represented? With a TWAT? Surely not, right? It is represented by a pendulum, am I right? So is a man. When the mist first appeared, it was like a local wisp of smoke. Later, as the ages passed, it became an increasing fog that gradually shut away the visible presence of the ascended host. the glory of perfection of the first two golden ages came to an end. Later on, when the Atlantean culture flourished, there were other golden ages. There were many falls, I think 7 falls of Atlantis. Fall, lift up again, fall, lift up, fall, lift up, during which the veil between the ascended host and mankind was partially rent. However, the perfection of the first two golden ages was unique and was never quite matched. The masters assured the students that it is possible for us to rent the veil again, and that men once more may be able to walk and talk with the ascended host and the angels. The laggards did not come to earth all at once. Since the earth was created for 3.5 billion life streams, and since today there are 10 billion life streams using the earth as a schoolroom, including those not present to any embodiment, the invisible ones, we may assume that the number of laggards from other systems is 6.5 billion here, embodied human body. And there's the invisible as well, invisible form and a human body. This harmony appears. The masters stated that the fall of man occurred in today's Australia and New Zealand. At the time, these countries were part of the gigantic continent of Mu, covered a large part of the Pacific and Indian Oceans. It was here that Islam and gossip first began to the wave of the veil. In order to assign a time for the fall of man, we may cite that the ascended masters stated repeatedly that there were two golden ages during which there was no imperfections. Also, based on the previous discussion of root races and cycles, we know that under perfect conditions, it takes a cycle of 14,000 years for one root race to make the ascension. Furthermore, it was made clear that the first three root races experienced no imperfection and again their ascension during the appointed time. So we are the 40 root race or the 50 root race. So our cycle, I don't know whether it already has reached 14,000 years, and the other 30 root race has already ascended and they passed. We maybe stay backwards, okay? We failed. The others passed the 30 root race. Now we have the 40 root race, and I don't know whether the cycle will reach already 14,000 years, like the others made it, and now they reach ascension. In addition, we know that the laggards arrived at the beginning of the incoming of the 40 root race, indirectly causing the end of a state of absolute perfection on earth. Therefore, if we choose to define the fall of man as the time when this harmony first appeared on earth, we may assign a date of about 50,000 years ago. 50,000 years ago. Yeah, I had that in mind. 50,000 years ago, one phase of Atlantis. Atlantis had it. Yeah, Atlantis fell. After mankind first appeared upon this globe. No. But wait a minute. Mankind already were here. How could then who were the beings you say have Kuan Yin and then in China and then they were so perfect and blah blah blah? Who were they if they were not mankind? How come you say that this 50,000 years after mankind first appeared upon this globe? You see the mistake? There is no such thing. 50,000 years ago was the last fall of Atlantis. There were more or less 50,000 years ago. Okay? Before that, there were already humans here, but they were slightly different in consciousness. Totally different, more sophisticated, clever, more intelligent, more self-conscious. Okay, and there were the troublemaker who were the envious one. They came from outside and then they invaded Atlantis. Atlantis and Lemuria was at each other's throat because of the envy of one towards another. The above account appears to conflict with a dictation by the ascended master Krishna. He stated that when the fall occurred and the mist covered the whole ground, 1,000,000 years had passed, measured by the time men first appeared upon earth. So 1,000,000 years have passed, measured from the time men first appeared on earth. However, there is not necessarily a conflict. As pointed out previously, it took ages until the mist, originally just a local wisp of smoke, became an increasing fog that gradually shut away the visible presence of the ascended host. Therefore, it depends upon one's definition of the fall. If one chooses to define it as the time when disharmony first appeared, on the basis of the unerring cosmic law, we can assign a time period of 50,000 years. If we choose to define the fall as the time when a mist covered all of the ground surface of the earth, we can assign a time period of 1,000,000 years. Consequences of the fall. Effect on the priesthood. After the arrival of the laggards, the priesthood is split into two factions. Rather than listen to the plan devised by the hierarchy, one section of the priesthood attempts to remove the laggards away from the earth through repeated invocations. One ascended master explained the senselessness of the operation. Even if the attempt would have succeeded, the laggards, bound to the laws of the earth, just as the original races were, would have had to come before the karmic board and would have necessarily had to re-enter the earth. Therefore, no permanent removal would have been possible. The other faction of the priesthood accepted the laggards, refusing to rebel against the plan of the hierarchy. Effect on individual man. The fall of a man at a lower vibratory level caused great changes in mankind's bodily structure. The form grew more dense, and creation by light rays came to an end. Also, the I Am presence, the focus of light and life in the heart center, began to decrease in size and influence. Fear for the first time registered in the etheric body, and the soul was born. The soul may be called the accumulated records for the experimental use of life. The soul is the causal body that absorbs a program that absorbs experiences, and then later will be downloaded to the other side. This soul dwelling in the etheric body later influenced each personality and each succeeding embodiment. The soul has to be redeemed through constructively qualified energy until there are no longer two. The soul and divine consciousness, but rather God alone. So the soul dwelling in the etheric body. Okay, the etheric or astral body and the soul is together. Later influence each personality and each succeeding embodiment. The soul has to be redeemed through constructively qualified energy until there are no longer two of them, but only one, the soul and divine consistency, but rather God alone. But this happen after meld with the fall of man is during the invasion of the dominators, the controllers, when they change our ancestral DNA and they decrease their qualities and their vibratory energy. They make them more denser. Okay. So this is what he's talking about here. They remove that on purpose. So reacquiring this God consciousness, and then they become the God themselves because they want to kill the prime creator of this universe and take over. You know what I mean? And then they become this and that. They become the ascended master. They become this and that. The acquiring this God consciousness is the need of the hour. It's the second coming of the Christ. The growing density of the physical body causes the changes in man's bodily form. And for the first time, men experienced the present form of birth. The veil, once it was in total effect, shut off the visible presence of divine beings. Also, the music of the spheres could no longer be heard. The outer consciousness was left in confusion, groping in darkness. No wonder we feel so lost, at least some of us here feel so alone, so abandoned, so lost, in darkness. And most people don't know where to go, and so they do the unthinkable because they're so miserable. You see? Because before that we had the companion, we had always guidance. See, now we feel like we are alone. We are completely alone here to face all this darkness. Commencing with the fall, very few individuals gain their ascension. Nearly everybody, through the misuse of energy, acquired karma. They acquired karma, and this way became tied to the wheel of rebirth and a rebirth or samsara. The effect on guardian spirits. After the fall of man, some of the guardian spirits remained in bodies of light. They remained in bodies of light, choosing not to take on the newly created bodies of men. Among them were Kuan Yin and the great divine director. They asked for and were granted their ascension. However, some of the guardians chose to enter the new garments of flesh, hoping to thereby hold a connection with the ascended guardian spirits through the veil. Thus occurred the first parting of these unselfish individuals with the only intuition and the feeling of the heart giving a clue to the former connection. As the centuries passed, the unascended guardian spirits also became enmeshed in their karma, forgetting their origin and source, thereby tying themselves to the wheel of birth and rebirth. Even the ascended master, these spirits become tied to the wheel of birth and rebirth. Kuan Yin stated to the student that it was the great sacrifice of the guardian spirits that has warranted the special attention for the earth by the ascended masters and also has justified the endless patience for the remainder of mankind. The effect on the hierarchy of the earth. Before the fall, there existed only a liberation council consisting of 3 members. There was no discard, therefore there was no need for judgment. After the fall, the Liberation Council was replaced by the Karmic Board, consists of 7 members, one for each ray. Is the purpose of the Karmic Board. First, show individual life streams what they did right and what they did wrong during the last incarnation. Second, so why do you make us forget our previous incarnation if you have to reincarnate? So how to be responsible for something I don't see and I don't remember that I have done or been through? To send these individuals to schoolrooms, temples, where they may receive greater instruction according to their spiritual development. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. For it's so contradictory because they first say that here is a school of experiences. Therefore, everything is okay to experience given the free will within the free will system. And now they say when we break their covenants and we forfeit this free will, we will be chided and it will be judged by them, by this council. It doesn't make any sense, dude. Why send us here in the first place? Why? Unless we come here naturally, you don't have anything to do with our coming here, with our incarnation or reincarnation. Stupid. 3. To see that individual have the opportunity for re-embodiment. That is for sure. That is your aim from the beginning. That's your aim. Is what you aim for. That's your purpose to exist. To send beings to be reincarnated and work for you. For re-embodiment and to place them in situations where they have the chance to redeem the wrong committed during the last embodiment. That's rubbish. You do for me. Next time I'm gonna tell you all do for me. I'm not doing this crap any longer. You all do it for me. 4. To preside at the councils of the hierarchy and to grant or not grant petitions by unascended mankind and ascended masters. It's so much cabaret, man. We live in a cabaret where we have all these shenanigans. We die, still have this cabaret. Want to face the cabaret? Who want to face this cabaret? I don't want to face this cabaret. To me, it's just like a Jerry Springer show. That's stupid. That's a messy, hell. They think that they are doing things better, but they are doing things worse. And that's not the way to solve things. You don't know how to manage. The decision of the Karmic Board are final. There is no appeal process. Oh, rubbish. Rubbish. To hell if you and them. And no wonder many of them rebels. There's many rebels. And one of the rebels are Lucifer and his team. Lucifer fed up with all this rubbish. That's why Lucifer is saying, to hell with all this is rubbish. I'm sick of all this nonsense, this queer behavior. All kinds of nonsense, shenanigans, protocols, etiquettes, this and that. Let's make everything simpler, even if for others look bad. The decision of the Karmic Board are final. There is no appeal process. Oh my gosh. Oh, don't tell me, please. The effect on the surface of the earth. Before the fall, the pigment of the earth's surface was the color of alabaster. After the fall, the pigment started changing and the grays and browns appeared. It took a long time before black and a red appeared. Here we are talking about fire engine red. It was not until 80,000 years ago that these colors manifested. Don't tell me, eh? Red and black. I see. Mm, 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 mm. So not only are they so full of themselves or full of bulls, they are also kind of racist. They are full of prejudices. Now they are judging the color black and the color red. And to me, I have no problem with colors. Be it purple, be it black, be it red or white. I have no problem with color at all. Okay? I don't think that the color makes anything. It's all in your mind. Your consciousness makes yourself, not color. Color is just, I would say, is just a kind of title or to hold some kind of symbology, but it doesn't have much influence upon you, which you don't give to it. After the four, I can use black. I don't like quite black and red, okay? But I don't judge it either. If I have to use, I will use it. No problem. But it's just like I don't, it's not my energy, I don't feel like I like it, but still I respect it. Like my cat is black, Bombay black, pure black jaguar. I killed little jaguar and I always put for her a red collar, and then she becomes a black and red, and I found it okay. I mean, okay, let it be. So what? After the fall, the centripetal force creating the law of gravity, which holds the landed surface and people on the earth, had to be adjusted from time to time in proportion to the density of the physical bodies of mankind. So after the fall, the centripetal force creating the law of gravity, which holds the landed surface and people on the earth, had to be adjusted. And it is done by the so-called ascended master. They do it in pupils from time to time in proportion to the density of the physical bodies of mankind. Centripetal force and curvilinear motion is the force which tends to pull an object to rotating around a center towards the center. It's the opposite of centrifugal force. The discard of mankind created in some instances so much disharmony that the nature kingdom refused to continue doing its part in adorning the earth with foliage. Why? It is they like the as love to have foliage, but it's the laggards men who go there and cut it. It's the men who cut it, but the ants love it all green. As a result, the first barren wastelands and deserts appeared. Some of today's soil conservationists and environmentalists are persons who, through the mercy of the karmic body, are placed in those possessions so they can make restitution for their past misdeeds. Man's misqualified energy brought about gas belts, subterranean pressure chamber, which, under certain conditions, result in earthquakes and volcanic reactions. The location of this gas belt is described in James Churchward's dry second book of the Cosmic Force of Mu. Later on, the gas belts were responsible for the sinking of that portion of Mu, located where the Pacific Ocean now is. There's nothing to do with man's energy. Something else is energy who brings here technology. Don't bluff. Don't bluff with me, okay? Don't you dare lie to me. Animal life. During the first two golden ages, there were no animals as we know them today. Lie. And no vicious creations. Yeah, no vicious, but there were animals. In fact, they were here first than us. And also another thing that I forgot to tell is that they were vegetarian. There is no cannibal animals at all. All elemental forms were beautiful and individually outpictured God's perfection. Right, God. The angelic Devic nature and elemental kingdoms had preceded mankind in order to prepare a place of beauty in which to develop mankind. The elementals were destined to accompany man, to serve him, and to be obedient to him throughout his pilgrimage on earth. The repellent octopus of today was once a lovely golden miniature sun. Instead of tentacles, there were rays of iridescent light that poured forth in the water element. The oyster and clams of today were once beautiful little fairy forms. So cute. The oyster and clam created the shell, and the rhinoceros, the buffalo, and elephant, once beautiful, developed the thick horse skin or hair as a protection. It's a defensive mechanism against the vicious currents in the Earth's atmosphere. Horns, hooves, and scales coming under the same category. The dinosaur age was the darkest point in the Earth's history. The prehistoric mammal and the ape were vicious creation caused by man's misuse of energy. Liar, pants on fire. The dinosaurs were created in a lab, and it was a mixture of a horse and a giant horse with a serpent, a giant serpent, a giant anaconda, if you will. Okay, nothing to do with man's misuse. These people are sick. The spiritualist people are sick. I'm non-spiritualist. I am realistic. Okay, I use science, realistic science. These people are using dreaming, and they are in Narnia land. Okay, in fairy tale land. They blame everything on energy, main energy this, main energy that. You are here because you ask for it. You deserve what you get. All on the base of a judgment. They want to be perfect. They want to be better than the other people who they judge, but they are worse. Animals have ganglionic centers and emotional bodies. Plant life does not. It is life energy that beats in the heart of the animals, not the individualized flame of God. As in the case of mankind, within the heart of these imprisoned elementals is the pattern which they once displayed and which pattern they are to outpictured again. The effects upon the nature kingdom were similar. Plant life developed weeds, thorns, poison, and heavy bark. And that one, what they call thorns. Yeah, they say the thorns, sorry. Thorns. There is but one road to freedom for all life. All these things they bring from another planet. Thorns, plant, put thorns and plant. They add. They change the DNA of the plants and everything here. They draw something different, and then they change the DNA to become like, more like deformity, I would say. And they they put poison into the snake DNA, okay, make them venomous or poisonous. The effect upon the next finger is similar, apparently like developed weed. Okay, there is but one road to freedom for all life, and that is through love. Love is the primary essential. But where's your love? I'm not seeing your love here. You're just judging. Love, don't judge. I cannot talk about love and then judge at the same time. Be that which you want from others. Be you first. Love is the primary essential in the development of this quality in the individual consciousness. Is the only means by which any expression of life can be set free. Start from you. Great man and a human, such as ascended Master Kutumi in his embodiment as Saint Francis of Assisi, have loved hundreds of thousands of animals free. Have set hundreds of thousands of animals free through love and association. Their consciousness was raised to the point where they did not have to come back into animal form. Some life stream volunteer before coming into particular embodiment to assist the elemental kingdom. In this way, they can transmute some wrongdoing from a previous embodiment. I also did that. I didn't set animals free. I bring from the road, bring inside the garage. Not garage, grange. Whether or not a person should have a pet to live with him in his home is his own personal decision. Yes, it's our own personal decision. We decide, not you. Any close proximity to an animal, as is the case also with another person, may have a possible adverse effect on the aura that surround the energy field of the individual, similar in shape to the physical body. Blah, 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 blah. But slightly larger. It should, however, also be considered that the student has the capability through the strength of its own sphere of influence to be the living in the love of the lesser intelligence. Lesser intelligence hurts animals, kills animals for no reason at all, and also avoid animals. Those are the lesser intelligence. Are you one of them? I don't know. Balance should be the key in today's relationship with animals. They are playing, this is idiots here. The New World Order is all done by them. All coined by them, all orchestrated by them, the so-called ascended masters. Okay? They are planning to do away with the animals. No more pets in the home. Okay, in some parts of the world, start from Asia first. Alright? They are trying to do away with the animals. That is our companion. If we want to treat the animal, a cat or a dog as our child, call them Johnny, little Mary, is our problem. It's nobody's problem. It's our problem. If we need to get calm, let us get calm. If we have to go to hell for it, let us go to hell. But for a good cause, because we know in our consciousness that we are right. And to hell who thinks differently. Okay? Feminine power has go to hell. Further. So, through the strength of his own spirit, proves to believe in the love. Balance should be the key in today's relationship within animals. There's no use to be extreme and sentimental regarding these creatures. Yeah, for this series that one Arabic man in Brazil killed five little little innocent kitten, 5 innocent kitten that he takes from the road to show off on YouTube to try to get money out of the idiots for thinking that he was really genuinely interested in the animals' welfare when he wasn't. In the end, you know what he did? He killed those poor innocent creatures, and those 3 dogs died under his hand. 3 dogs. One was a senior, a golden retriever. Another one a husky. Another one a beautiful black goddess. Beautiful, wonderful, innocent little blackie female dog that this monster killed. And why? Because he have the same concept of these monsters here who make this kind of material, and I don't agree because I'm not a fanatic. I dare to think different. Okay, regard these creatures, a steady middle course is required. I go forced to look. Oh my God, if I get this man, I'll tell him to mind his own blood business, And I have to be a ball of a man. A steady middle course is required in folding thought and feeling all expressions on this earth, and tolerance, patience. Hey, idiot, go and heal yourself. You have schizophrenia or something like that, bipolarity. Because first he talks about love, patience, and tolerance. What is this if not caring for the animals? I cannot come here and just tell it through theory. I must put it to practice, right? And he's saying that you need to have balance and not mix up with the animals, and be careful when you have pets and give them too much love and blah 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 blah, because he's God, not the dog, the God. His God is an egomaniac God who wants the love all by himself, because if he had created the animals, he now I say he because it isn't a meat but a he, egomaniac creature. If he really had created an animal, he would respect the animal, but because he didn't create the animals, but he did invest in many of the trash that live here in a human body, he thinks that all the love, all the care and respect and tolerance has to be directed towards him, and not towards the animal, and not towards nature, and not towards our bodies of water, which the earth constructed. Right? Yes, the aliens also brought something here, including deformed plants, looking funny looking, weird, strange plants, kind of plants and animals, poisonous animals. All those are from off-world, alright, off-world creatures. It's not from Earth. Earth had bloomed something different, including humans, plants, and animals. Okay, but those invaders, they didn't create jack crap, and for this reason that they try to separate human from nature. Okay, and I try to even out the animals. Middle curse is required in putting thought and feeling, all expression this yes is tolerance, patience, and love, thereby raising this innocent life into its former state of freedom and perfection. Yeah, of course. So you said. So you need to. You need to say the following: don't place birds in cage. Don't place cats and dogs in cage like many monster does. Dogs, cats, and birds is to be set free. Free. Okay? Because they have a lot of energy and they cannot be contained inside a miserable apartment in a small house unless you live in a mansion, in a cottage. Then you can have your pet set free and this large, vast dimension. Okay? Or a grange, orchard, a farm, etc. Okay? But don't say that you must be careful with the animals who live on the lobe of the less intelligent sea. Balance will be the key into this relationship with animals. There is no reason to be extreme in one sentiment to regard this creature. See, there is no reason to be extreme in one sentiment or emotion towards these animals. Instead, middle course is required. Who are you to tell this? Who are you? You wouldn't change my mind, man, toward the animals. Never. You don't have the power. No, you, no, but no, you offended the masters. The first word Savior. First word Savior. During the first two golden ages, there was absolute perfection. There was the activity of teaching and learning, but nobody needed assistance to be saved. I see. The first crust was provided for mankind when men first chose to become saints conscious instead of remaining God conscious. Man directed his attention toward the pains and pleasures of the five senses, and thereby manifested that to which his attention is directed, and upon which his thought dwelt. Now I'm going to tell you one thing. Only idiots pray to, I wouldn't say for, but to a being that he doesn't see. He or she doesn't see. You are a fool. We don't pray, we don't worship things that we don't see. We can only worship things that we see. Alright? So you worship something that you don't see, and then you turn around and kill something that you see, which is nature, the animals, the plants, the forests, etc. And this makes you a laggard yourself. You all can just be laggards. Really. Since that time, 49 world saviors have come to earth at regular interval. Don't tell me, so dramatic even, hey? The first Christ was Krishna. He drew to earth the resurrection flame as a means of restoring the fallen sons of God. Oh, great. Should they desire to return to their natural godly state? Oh, yeah. This flame was necessary for mankind, for the nature kingdom, and for elemental life. And rebuild. Oh, so it starts from nature. Why are you going to worship one God that you don't see? Go to nature. Worship the tree. Worship the animals. So the resurrection flame contains the resurrection power so the flame was necessary to mankind for the nature kingdom, for elemental life, and a building in imperfect form created by imperfect thought and feelings. Don't tell me, so much drama. The resurrection flame contains the resurrection power, without which man cannot enter into his crystal. Krishna came from the central sun. It was not possible to draw up on the life stream of the earth at the time. Yeah, Krishna, because he is a Jesus as well. Ra, Jesus, Krishna, Mahadak, all from the central sun. Because they were still children in their spiritual development, and because nearly all of them had already eaten from the forbidden fruit. What's the forbidden fruit? Is it an apple? Is it a pear? Is it a banana? No. It is to know the other side of creation, the other side of experiencing, is to forfeit for faith dictatorship, alright, is to go against the flow. It's called us rebel, and also is to rebel and to create free will and the right to express yourself as you please. So that's to try the forbidden fruit. That's what the forbidden fruit here mean, and many people does not know. So let me explain to you. Let me teach you, because I'm a guru on my own accord. All right. From the small group that has maintained a pure consciousness, see other Christs such as Buddha and Jesus would later be developed. There were several Krishnas. The first Krishna taught his disciples that service is the law of life. He explained that an individual should accept the responsibility for giving a balance to the universe, for the privilege of drawing breath, using life, and sustain a separate individual existence. Krishna emphasized that service should be impersonal, for love's sake, and without any thought of remuneration. As an example of impersonal service, Krishna pointed to the sun. He stated, "Peace comes only when, to the best of your ability, you are endeavoring to serve the cause of good and have no concern for any external activity in relation to its effects upon your service." Okay. Service may be in the form of serving a community, a nation, or a fellow man, an animal, you forget an animal. Individuals who do not choose to serve are temporarily taken out of the race, until they will accept again their responsibility to be conscious servants. I have done this game, started when I got married. I got sick of it. When I did my time, children grew up, one of the granddaughter grew up. I said enough. Now it's service to the animals and to myself now. Now it's service to self. Enough of taking care of people already grown up. Okay? So now I try to, even by not say by changes, but by circumstances, I'm now taking care of myself and the animals alone. So their responsibility to be conscious servants. Enough with, hey, hello, be you that which you ask others to be. Do you that which you ask others to do. How about that? Have you done it? That have you? No, so go back to do. Don't tell others to do what you don't. Okay? I'm like that. Eye to eye, teeth to teeth. Some of Krishna's instructions were preserved by his disciples by inscribing them on rolls of linen. Was not that hieroglyphs, which were then coated with a soft wax. The linen was rolled on spindles of bamboo. The entire document sometimes covering several hundred feet. Through these documents, Krishna left a heritage upon which all of the Vedas and other most ancient writings are based. These documents survived cataclysm after cataclysm and were moved by the wise and elect across the face of the earth. Krishna bidded upon the earth for at least 640 years. Oh, Lord. When he completed his service and returned to his star, he took to him 1,400 disciples who through his service gained their ascension. But what he did like Mother Teresa, come from another country. They don't bring this nonsense. But he incarnated. It's already big thing, big deal. Many of us also came from another planet. Also reincarnated. So what big about these people, these beings? We also did that. What's so special about them? Mother Teresa. Now I talk about Mother Teresa, a female, come from not Roman Albania, all the way to Calcutta, India, to serve people selflessly. Okay? She didn't take one cent from what she gathered. She built schools, she built center, and she tried to feed the poor and then give them, I don't know. Of course, she couldn't help all of them because even the ascended master didn't do it. Why would she, a mere mortal, do? Right? But she tried. As an old female, she tried. As a human being, she tried. And she's my role model. Okay? Compared with all these others who claim themselves to be this and that, have done all these males, I instill all for Mother Teresa, for people, females like Mother Teresa. You get my hands clap. You deserve it. Avant, females.